All right, so Petrie, day-to-day, I think there's a real strong potential, Clint, that they're without their two safeties and Jimmy Ward and Jalen Petrie. This Jimmy Ward situation, Clint, this is now – he hadn't practiced.
Yeah.
Last week he didn't practice at all. This is the first padded practice on Wednesday. He didn't practice at all. Real quick, did you sense they missed Jimmy Ward? Did you get that feel watching the game? Like, we've watched games.
No,
we saw.
I don't think that they necessarily miss him. I thought the defense played really, really well. I think from a numbers perspective, you always miss them, but I don't think anything stood out where MJ or what's my man, Eric Murray. I don't think either one of those guys made just eye-opening plays, good or bad, to be honest with you, that I recall. But the overall performance was good, so I don't think any one player sticks out. But now you talk about if Jalen Petrie and Ward aren't there, now your two main communicators aren't on the field. Your two –
him and Denzel Perryman, the other one, those two in the back half.
Yeah, Denzel at Michael do some, will obviously, direct some traffic as well, but the big boys are the ones in the back. The big communicators are the ones in the back that can see it all, that keep everything in front of them, that roam center field. It's just, boy, you get both of those guys out, man, and you got to play all four quarters without them. That's a tough go. Now, Eric Murray and MJ Stewart, both of those guys have been here. They should be where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there. But we talk all the time. Hell, both of these guys are captains on the defensive side of the football.
Yep.
It's your two captains.
Yep,
so
two captains.
Clearly they're the more vocal guys on and off the field, and so if you don't have them, it's going to be painful.
Also, in addition, two players on IR. They add more to IR, which means they're going to miss at least 4 weeks, and that is Noah Brown, the wide receiver we've talked about, and then Hassan Ridgeway. And listen, we understand this division. We understand the Colts, especially with their quarterback running the ball, is probably going to be involved in this, and their offensive line. Hassan Ridgeway played pretty well and was pretty stout up front. When you lose him, that is going to potentially that could be an issue with their run defense and their guys up front with him missing, because the depth there is not great. That means Kurt Hinish is probably going to have to step in the role. So that one is a sneaky important one as well.
Yeah, it is. You're talking about one of your better interior players. Right now you look at the and I'm looking at the ESPN depth chart. I'm assuming, Tyler, that they brought somebody up, but it was Sheldon Rankins, Malik Collins, Hassan Ridgeway, and Kurt Hinish. Now again, they'll bring somebody up and plug him in there. There may be somebody that can play inside and out. But really, you're losing some depth there. And when you talk about these big boys in the middle, you get into some longer drives versus an opponent that's trying their damnedest. I don't know if they're capable of doing it. We hadn't seen enough from Indianapolis, but up front to punish your defensive line. That could be one drive, could be very, very long if you're short rotation, and 4 quarters could be a very, very long game if you're short rotation. So keep an eye on what the Texans do to counter the loss of Hassan Ridgeway, because that could end up being a tough loss as well.
Yeah, that's one to watch. So that is the latest injury-wise with the Texans.